So I say this in every video, but please excuse my hair. It's kind of crazy and I don't want to put any heat on it today, so just pretend like it's not crazy, okay? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ashley, and in today's video you guys are going to see me construct this look here. It's kind of minimal but kind of not. It's kind of like poppy but then kind of not, kind of pulled back but kind of in your face, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to see this video and hang out with me for a little bit, then just keep watching. Alright you guys, so this is just going to be hopefully a quicker video. I just want to feature some products that I'm excited about using and then kind of catch up with you guys a little bit. I haven't done really like a talk through, like connect video in a while, so been focusing a lot on like reviews and stuff like that. So one new thing is the e.l.f. brow pencil. I got the color neutral brown. I've never tried e.l.f. brow pencils before, so a friend of mine here on YouTube, Krista, I will link her channel in the description. She has really hardcore recommended these, so I wanted to go ahead and give them a shot. So this brow pencil has this really nice spoolie on the end of it. I actually think it looks really pretty. It's, excuse this one, it's super disgusting because I use it all the time, but the bristles on it are really firm compared to my Makeup Forever one, which is literally falling apart. You would think for such an expensive brush I wouldn't have to eyelash glue it back together, but I do. But anyway, the bristles are really firm here, so that's exciting. It has a nice point on it, so let's get started. I'm gonna start by brushing through my eyebrows. So the color is really nice. The product is really creamy. I have a scar in my eyebrow, so it makes it really difficult to apply product right there. So now I will clean them up because I have some pretty bushy brows, ATM, but I'm just gonna use some Shape Tape and a small smudge brush by Sephora to do that with. This one is so funny. So I'm going to prime my eyes using a little bit of Shape Tape and some Laura Mercier translucent powder, like always. I just don't have good experiences with eyeshadow primer for some reason. I'm not sure why. So the trick to priming your eyes with concealer is to use the tiniest amount possible to achieve the effect you want, because if you use too much you'll get like a super noticeable line where it ends because it gets so thick, and I've made that mistake and it's really difficult to cover that with foundation. It ends up being way more prominent and really cakey, just one line across your eye, so don't make that mistake. It's not ever fun. So I really want to try the new Too Faced palette, the peaches and cream one, but I don't know. I've just heard such mixed reviews that it's almost not interesting anymore, but it looks so pretty and the looks that I've seen come out of it are all so pretty. But today we're gonna use my favorite of the moment, the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm gonna go in with my MAC 224. I have to look at it because I always want to say 242 even though I know it's not. I'm going into MFEO and Silk Cream together and blending that into my crease. This brush has gotten so scratchy. It's not even that old. It's ridiculous, honestly. My air conditioner went out. It's been kind of like, something's been happening to it over the last 2 or 3 days where it will just start blowing not cool air, right? It's not super hot air, but it's not cool either. So we figured out that the unit outside was not running. So my husband checked the breakers and the breaker had flipped. So of course, flip it back on, it comes back on. Well, then it started getting to the point where the breaker wasn't flipping and it was still off outside. So we tried flipping the breaker and flipping it back, and then it came on. Well, today it just went out completely and it didn't. Ugh, so frustrating because I live in a place where in the summertime it gets easily 95 and up, and the real feel is at 107. So it's miserable, you know. So thankfully our AC guy was able to come out today. He fixed it literally 10 minutes ago. So I'm so glad. So I'm going in with the E25, which is it's fluffy, but it's still kind of firm. It holds its shape. I'm going to go into Creamsicle, but I'm just gonna dip one side of my brush into the color, like so. That way it's only on one side. I'm gonna flip that brush over and put it into my crease. I hate that this palette doesn't have a mirror. I like to start on the outer V of my crease and then drag it into my crease. I've been feeling really inspired lately. I watched a Laura Lee video a few weeks ago, and it was the one where she was talking about like her brand. It was just a really long like talk through video, and she said at the end, do something every day that brings you closer to your goal. And that just like hit home to me. Like literally I got chills. And I know this sounds so dumb, like she's a beauty guru on YouTube, you know, and a lot of people, she's really controversial to a lot of people, but those words just like went into my soul, and they would have no matter who they came from probably. So I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going into Hunts, and I'm using the exact same technique to pick up the color, tap it off, flip it over, and hit that crease. But this time I'm going to focus most of my color into the outer V area. Once I've got 90% of the color off of my brush, blend that through. Just want to go ahead and apologize now if this video is super long. You guys, Hunts and Creamsicle together are so beautiful in my opinion. I just love the sunsetty effect that they have. I'm going to go ahead and take Hunts and I'm going to bring it in further on my lid. And I'm not trying to make it precise or anything. I'm just trying to give the colors that I'm going to place on my lid something to blend into, so that way it's gradient. I'm going to take my favorite brush in the world, the small tapered blending. This one is the E45 by Sigma. I love this brush because of the pointed end. It makes it really easy to get colors right into where you want them. I can just dip the tip of it right into Jack's like so, and tap it off and blend it into the outer V. I don't know, you can say whatever you want about Jaclyn Hill, but this palette is amazing, and if you haven't tried it yet, you need to. I'm a messy eyeshadow blender. I have eyeshadow all around my eyes, but that's okay because then I'm going to clean it up. So I'm taking a tapered blending E40 by Sigma, and I'm going into Creamsicle, and I'm going to blend out those edges. Going back with the small tapered, I'm going to go into Roxanne and hit that outer V with it. It's okay to use a tiny bit at a time and then build up the color, because you can always add color, but it's really difficult to take it away once it's there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my 242, you know, the one that is actually a 242. It's just a flat shader brush. And I'm gonna pick up this creamsicle on the one side. And I'm just gonna add that here. Not all the way to the inner corner, but almost all the way to the inner corner. Switched around on a color switch. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Beam. And I'm gonna place that right there and just blend it through. So now I get to do something super fun. I'm gonna use a product that I was super excited about. I don't follow Candy Johnson or anything, but just the tip of the liner itself was really intriguing to me. And this is the Candy Liner, the I Want Candy Liner by Too Faced. It's different, you know, the liner tip is different. I also really want to try the new MAC roller wheel, and I know that that one's gotten a lot of bad reviews, or at least like kind of bad reviews, you know. See how the tip is kind of like a calligraphy pen, the shape of it? You can draw down to get a thick line, or like sideways, hold it slanted, or you can hold it straight up and down and draw down to get a thin line like so. It dries really fast. That wing is pretty sharp, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if that wing was really easier or if it was beginner's luck. So the speed in which it's drying is kind of frustrating because it's making it really difficult for me to kind of, you know, go back over it. It just keeps drying. I just keep having to dip in. That's a little bit irritating. It could be a good thing so that you don't get transfer, but while you're actually building your eyeliner, it's really aggravating. So it didn't skip or anything. It didn't leave any skip lines across my eyes, which I can honestly say that my Makeup Forever liner does leave skip lines across my eyes. Let's see how durable it is. So it's not smearing by any means. I can tell after rubbing my finger on it kind of forcefully. It does fade it a little bit, but I do touch my eyes a lot, but I'm not one to be like when I have makeup on, you know, because that would tell you not to do that. But I actually kind of enjoy it, y'all. I wish that it was matte instead of shiny, but it doesn't transfer when I blink. When my Makeup Forever, once I put it on that inner corner, if I blink my eyes, I get little black lines right around the inner corners of my eyes. So this is actually, I'm excited. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Gifted Amazonian Clay Smart Mascara. It is my favorite of the moment. Woo! This video is gonna be so long. So I'm not going to wear false lashes today. I'm going to give my lashes a break. I have been wearing false lashes every day for probably a month now. And I know my lashes are like, please girl, leave us be. I'm going to use some foundation. I've been testing out the Dior Skin Forever foundation in the color number 20. Just going to go ahead and squeeze that right onto my beauty blender or my Real Techniques sponge. I've seen this foundation raved about all over YouTube, so when I was finally able to get my hands on it, I jumped at the opportunity. This is like the perfect color for me too. So for concealer, I'm going to scrape the tube of Shape Tape because, can you guys see? It is literally almost empty, and that makes me sad. I've been having the best makeup days since I discovered this foundation for myself. It's definitely worth the hype that it's getting. I'm going to use my contour brush by Real Techniques to set that concealer. And I just like to tap the powder into the concealer. And then I'm going to use the big fluffy Sephora powder brush here and set the rest of my face. Again, tapping it in to my skin. I've literally been sitting here for an hour, so hopefully I can condense this down enough to where people will actually want to watch it. Okay, so to contour, which I'm not really going to do a whole lot of, just going to use this end of my Kat Von D brush and dip into my product. And just hit those cheekbones. Just going to dip into it on the side of the brush and just kind of drag it down just to give a light contour on the nose, because I'm really not going for anything heavy right now. I'm gonna pull the palette back out, take the flat definer here, and I'm gonna go into Roxanne and Hunt's, tap that off and just drag it. And I'm gonna swirl it on the color switch and dip into Creamsicle and go towards the middle and swirl it, and then dip into Beam and that brow bone. Beam is one of my favorite colors in this palette. For highlight today, I'm going to be going into Moonstone, if I can open it, by Becca. I haven't used this color in so long. So I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs liner. The color is Irony. And I'm going to line my waterline. I just like to line like the outside portion and then kind of fade it into my actual eye color, like skin color there. I feel like it's harsh without being too harsh, if that makes sense. Because I feel like if I line my eye all the way to the inner corner, it always just kind of like minimizes my eyes, and I like my eyes to be bright. And that is it. This is probably the longest video ever, and I'm sorry about that, but if you made it this far, then in the comments say, hey girl. I appreciate you guys being here and watching this video and hanging out with me. And if you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave with notifications on so you don't miss anything from me in the future. I have a contour video coming, and then I also have the banana powder, and that will be coming soon. That one might be up before the others, but I also have a juice taste testing video that I'm going to be doing pretty soon with my daughters, so you guys don't want to miss it. So subscribe with notifications on, okay? Plus, if you do that, I will send a piece of my heart to you in our thoughts, okay? Follow me on all of my social media. Will all be linked down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.